Hello and welcome back to my Big Brother 27 after school podcast with Successfully Educated. I'm Mr. Harris and I am so excited to talk about a new house guest that's been introduced into the Big Brother house. It is Rachel Reilly, reality TV royalty. So Rachel Reilly is one of Big Brother's most iconic house guests, and I'm going to be explaining to you all about her journey and experience throughout reality TV and Big Brother itself. So buckle up because we got a lot to get into.
With Mr. Harris, we'll take that chance. So come on now, it's time to dance. Keep inspiring, keep creating, and remember to stay successfully educated. Every lesson, every ride with Mr. Harris by your side. Oh yeah.
So, a couple of vocabulary that I want to go over, some new stuff and some stuff that we talked about last time in episode 1. So, first of all, we have a showmance. So, a showmance is when two people on a TV show develop a romantic relationship. This happens on reality TV quite a bit, and they call it a showmance because usually it only lasts for the duration of the show. And so then we also have the head of household. The head of household, we talked about this last time. This is the winner of a competition that allows them the special ability to nominate people for eviction. Then we also have the power of veto. So after players have been nominated for eviction, they compete in the power of veto competition where they are able to save themselves from eviction or from the eviction block. And then you also have a floater. So remember, a floater is somebody who bounces between power structures and does not align with a specific alliance. They will float between different power structures and try to avoid being detected. Now, this is going to come up later, but we will talk about it soon. Then we have a coaster. A coaster is somebody who does nothing in the game but gets carried far because they are not seen as a threat. Then you also have the concept of a jury vote. A jury vote is when the evicted people come together and they vote for the winner of Big Brother. They end up being the jury to decide who is going to be the winner of Big Brother. And then you have an eviction, which is where you are being voted out of the house. And then you have a persona. Now, a persona is a new word for us. That is a character or an image that somebody puts on to show publicly, especially on TV. So, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to tell me who Rachel Reilly is and understand her impact on Big Brother. You should also be able to understand her gameplay and kind of how it's evolved over multiple seasons, and you should be able to analyze how personality and strategy influence somebody's success on reality TV. So, who is Rachel Reilly? Rachel Reilly is a television personality. She is an actress. She is a reality TV icon. She's known for being over the top and absolutely insane. She was on Big Brother 12, and she was a fan favorite, and she was also a villain. She won Big Brother 13, and she is a fierce competitor in multiple other reality TV shows. She's been on The Amazing Race, The Traitors, all that good stuff. So a little bit about her early life. So she was born October 16th, 1984, in Concord, North Carolina. She has a bachelor's degree in chemistry from the Western Carolina University. And she was in a sorority, and she has a sister. Her sister competed on the 15th season of Big Brother and also competed with her on The Amazing Race. So, Big Brother 12. Big Brother 12 was where most people were introduced to Rachel Reilly, where she came on the show. She was very dramatic. She had this competitive flair, and she started a showmance with Brendan, I don't know how to say his last name, Villegas? Oh, I don't know how to say his last name. But she was famous for some of her fights, especially with Reagan and Brittany. Now, Brittany was a personality, a strong personality in the house that combated Rachel quite a bit throughout season 12. And she had some of her famous phrases, and one of them was after somebody would be evicted from the house, she would leave a goodbye message. And throughout each of the goodbye messages, she would say things like, "No one gets in between me and my man." And that was like her catchphrase. That was something that was even not just simply immortalized through the Big Brother TV show, but it was also immortalized within the soap opera The Brave and the Bold, because Big Brother stars tend to get TV spots within The Brave and the Bold, and in that she was able to say that iconic line of "No one gets in between me and my man" in The Brave and the Bold, which is absolutely insane and hilarious. So one of the things that I want to bring back from the last episode is we talked about the difference between a floater and a coaster. So Rachel Reilly gets this wrong in season 12, and she says, "Floaters, you better grab a life vest, Kristen." And so in this moment, she is talking about Kristen, who is a coaster. She's doing nothing in the game. And she calls her a floater because she's saying she's just floating throughout the game. And she uses this line, "Floaters, you better grab a life vest, Kristen." But she is not a floater. Kristen is a coaster. She's doing nothing and she's getting dragged along the game, which is driving Rachel crazy. In Big Brother 13, she returned as a veteran with Brendan. And there were a couple of other veterans that came back in. Jordan, Jeff, and Danielle, and Dick Donato. Those were the veterans that kind of came back from previous seasons, and she was one of them, and she came into the game, and she had a very strong early game. She had 4 head of households, which is a tie for the record of, it's a tie for the record of most number of HOHs in a single season. And so she is tied with, I want to say about 10 or 4. Don't quote me on that. I have to go back and check. But she is tied with a bunch of people for that record. And she also won a bunch of very crucial power vetoes. And she was able to take out one of her rivals, Danielle Donato. Danielle Donato opposed her and was siding with all of the new people. And so it was a very tense battle between the two. And she was able to take her out. She also, this is one of my biggest frustrations. Like, Rachel is not one of my favorites, but I do understand why she is a fan favorite. One of the things that was very frustrating about season 13 is that it feels like it was entirely narrated by Jordan and Danielle. That feels like the whole story of the episode. So when you go back and watch it, you're just like, man, all they ever do in the diary room is let Jordan and Rachel talk the whole time. And it's just like, okay. But what you did start to notice was she is a competition beast. Like, she is very, very good at competitions. And she did end up winning the season. And it was very close. She won 4-3. So she was very close to losing the season. However, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I do believe that one of the reasons that she did win was because she was sitting next to somebody who people felt was not pulling their weight. And so I think it was more of, we respect her gameplay. She fought so hard to do this, and she did it without Brendan. So I think there was some of that came into play. So, like I said before, Rachel is so over the top, and fans either absolutely love her or they absolutely cannot stand her. She has a very squeaky voice that she uses on Big Brother, and it's very over the top and it's very dramatic. Personally, for me, I am not a big fan of her Big Brother runs. I am a huge fan of her when she was on The Traitors. I am a huge fan of her watching her in podcasts and watching her various other appearances. I haven't seen her Amazing Race runs yet, so I kind of want to go back and take a look at those because I want to see what personality she brings to those. But I know on Big Brother, it was very over the top. It was very dramatic. There was too much flair. But I will say that was about 15 years ago. So I'm very interested to see what happens now that she's matured, now that she's been on all these shows. And so what all that tells me is just that her Big Brother persona was such an act. It was such an act. And she has a very big Big Brother legacy. She has tied the record for the most HOHs in a season. She has her famous catchphrases that people quote all the time. No one gets in between my man and floaters grab a life vest. There's just two very popular, especially within the Big Brother community. And she sparks a lot of drama. she has grown so much strategically, and I think that's part of what's exciting about her is watching all of the things that she has done on various different reality shows and how that allows her to grow strategically. And so after Big Brother, she did get married to Brendan, her showmance, in 2012. And they have 2 kids, and she's currently just doing really, really good as a fashion designer, TV producer, and casting agent. And now she has returned. She is the only returning house guest. And so one of the things that's very interesting is I think that being the only returning house guest is going to be very advantageous for her. She, if we look at the only returning house guests before, the ones that come to mind immediately are Jesse, who from Big Brother 11. When he returned, he had a small following that was really attached to him, that thought the world of him, that their hearts broke when he got kicked out of the house. And then Paul from Big Brother 19, who everyone did everything that he said. He was the only person that could make any sort of decision in Big Brother. So really, I do think that we have a lot of Rachel coming up. It looks like already people are just flocking to Rachel, and they all want to be around her. And she's competing with these new 16 players, and there's a lot of excitement from fans, specifically me, who want to see the real Rachel kind of come out in Big Brother. And I'm very interested to see, because typically older house guests, because she's now, I believe, in her 40s. I think she's either in her late 30s or early 40s. And so, like, what does that look like for her as a game player? Because she's not the girl that she was in her 20s. She is not the same girl that she was 15 years ago. Her body has changed. She's a mother. Like, there's so many things that are different about Rachel now that I think are going to really shake the game up. But one thing that we've known about Rachel this whole time is that her passion for the game has never stopped. And I think that's going to be really key and crucial moving forward, because she's the most experienced person on the cast, and she knows Big Brother in a deeper level, and she has studied the game even after she's been on the game, and she's been on so many reality TV shows, so she knows how to handle reality TV. So I am really interested to see where this goes, and I really do hope that this does show you a little more about Rachel. So yeah, I've talked about this a bit, but like there's so much that Rachel has done in reality TV that people see her as the queen that she is. I mean, all of her reality TV appearances have just been truly spectacles for me, at least. And I've come to appreciate Big Brother 12 and Big Brother 13 as I have gotten older and seen Rachel in real life versus Rachel on Big Brother. And I think I see why she has a lot of fans. I wouldn't consider myself a Rachel fan just yet, only because my positive experiences have been outside of the context of Big Brother. So if my positive experience of you are outside of the game that I love, it's harder for me to be a fan. However, I do see the potential of me becoming a fan, and I think that this season will really decide whether or not I become a Rachel Reilly fan. But regardless of how I personally feel, she is somebody who is consistently embedded within the Big Brother pantheon. So let's reflect. What makes Rachel stand out compared to other players? Drop a comment. How can people use a TV personality to their advantage? And do we think that Rachel would win today if she were a new player? So pay attention to this question, because it's not, is Rachel going to win this year? No. It's, if Rachel came in fresh, new, this year, would she be able to win in 2025? And then, your homework. Take a look at a couple of key Rachel clips from Big Brother 12 or Big Brother 13, and I want you to choose one strategic and one emotional clip, and I want you to drop a comment and let me know what is real and what is a performance. submit your homework in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate this. This is episode 2, and I'm going to be keeping all my Big Brother coverage on here. I'm so excited. The live feeds are going to turn on tomorrow night after the episode ends, so I'm very excited to jump into the live feeds and really get into the meat of this game. But I wanted to give you guys a little background on Rachel Reilly so that you didn't go in feeling all confused. So thank you for joining me at class today. Class is officially dismissed.